Today's tune is Paddy Fahy's Reel, recorded by the Irish fiddler Martin Hayes with Dennis Cahill on guitar. It's from their album The Lonesome Touch, which is just one of the most gorgeous albums I am aware of. It's really, really beautiful music that breathes, and they're just really listening to each other, leaving a lot of space and really giving life to every single note. It's an incredible album. So check it out. I'm doing my best trying to play it on the banjo. This is not the kind of music I specialize in, but I just think it's really beautiful. So I've tried my best here. If you're an Irish musician, I would love your, advice on how to render this stuff. And once you've learned it, try to play along with my slow version here in the video. And then you could also pull up their recording on YouTube, slow it down, and try to play along to match Martin Hayes' phrasing, because he really lets the tune breathe. And I've been having a great time playing along with the recording and trying to match that feel. Notice how much space they leave on the recording. It's incredible. Dennis Cahill on his guitar, it's like he's doing this very minimal thing that's just absolutely perfect. So, in my opinion, have fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's look at some of the fingering positions for that. So it starts out open. That's just up a G arpeggio. G, B, D, and then G, B, and D. So, and then you're grabbing the C note there. So when you're here, you can visualize like this G chord. It's the same as this one down the neck. So visualize that when you're playing these two notes. Then you grab the C note, and then you have to jump up from C all the way to A. And when you're playing that A, you can still visualize this G chord, just the A note that's above it. So, and then here you can visualize this. So you can kind of visualize that as being like open, the same as if you were down here. And then walking down here. So you've got your F sharp there, then open D string, and then, so you could also go, but it's easier to make your way down the neck from there. Yeah, so those are just some ways of thinking about the left hand positions in the A part. And then the B part, you've got, so again, this position. And walking up there, I kind of visualize that as being like over a D chord. If you listen to the recording, the accompaniment doesn't actually play a D chord there, but the melody sort of outlines a D chord, so you can think of that shape, you can think of the bar shape, and so like from the 7th of the D chord. So, and here you're all still thinking of it as the D chord kind of shape. That's really stretched out, but still you got your D chord there and your D note down here. So I'm still visualizing those D chords, and then so that little walk up, that's a really good thing. It's actually, what is that? Is that some Indiana Jones or something like that? But so here's your G chord, walking up from the 3rd to the 4 to the 5, and then to the 1 again. So if you're down here, it's a good position to know. And that's really cool because that's, you can think of it as over G chord over D chord, but it's going. So 5, 6, major 7, back to the 5. And then really walking down, that's the D7. So here's your D chord from the 7, 7, 5, 3, 5, and then instead of playing your G here, you can play it on the open string. So that would be a nice thing to just think of for like a D chord going back to a G chord. So anyway, that's some of the way you can think about the left hand. The right hand has its own interesting things happening. Some of those right hand things, so let's see. Of course, this triplet thing, I'm guessing most of you have encountered that kind of triplet thing before, where you do a forward roll all on one string. You just have to practice it slowly to really get the articulation there, get the clarity there. And then this move is something I've gotten into. If any of you have watched the Vassar Clements videos I did, the Paddy on the Turnpike one, I use that picking pattern a lot. It's basically a way to get from a closed position to your open 5th string, but it involves using your index and then middle on the same string right after each other. So it takes a lot of practice to get clear. I suppose if you wanted to really avoid that, you could go, that would be D there, then get your C on the 2nd string with your middle finger, and then index on the 3rd string. So let's see, but it would be hard to make the shift. Man, you know what, I'm realizing it wouldn't even be practical to do that other one. So, and so back into the right hand here, so we've got that thing. If you're used to playing single string like thumb index, this might feel awkward because we're putting the index finger on the downbeat. But it's just what works. It's what's ergonomic for this particular arrangement. So, you know, I got a lesson from the guitar player Mike Seal about a year ago, who plays guitar with Jerry Douglas. And one thing I was really impressed with was how relaxed and easy his right hand is. And I think he's just playing things really ergonomically. So I know I've talked to Wes Corbett about that as well. He also just, rather than being strict about this is how you always finger it, is more just embracing like what's the most ergonomic thing. So anyway, that kind of explains some of these right hand finger choices that might seem weird. And of course those little flicks I'm doing, those aren't exactly what the fiddle does, but I think they sound pretty good on the banjo for the Celtic ornaments. You know, if anyone's watching this from Ireland and plays the stuff on banjo and has thoughts on how to get that in a more stylistically appropriate way, I'd love to hear that as well. But this is kind of what I'm doing. And then the one other thing there is the phrasing, rhythmically, the way I'm playing it. It's swung, but not swung in an even way. And if you check out the Martin Hayes, Dennis Cahill recording, it's just great to play along with because their time feel is so cool and so fluid. Like they don't even keep the same tempo the whole time. It really ebbs and flows, but in a really beautiful musical way. And I'm just trying to capture some of that in some of these phrases. And again, in the B part, I'm going kind of pulsing that note. And I'm playing a lot of the notes a little staccato. And it's not because the fiddle plays them to staccato, but to me, that's just, I'm just trying to get that rhythm feel on the banjo. And to me, one way of getting that is having a little bit of staccato things in there. That'll take some practice right there. You gotta really pull off sideways with your pinky. That'll just take a little practice. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you like this kind of stuff, please hit the follow button on my channel. Maybe like this video so it'll show up for other people. And consider going over to my Patreon and becoming a monthly supporter so I can keep generating this kind of instructional content. Take care.